Ahoy there, I'm Captain Chris. I'm not a real captain, but in this video I'm going to tell you about the restaurants and food on the MSC cruise ship Virtuosa. And as the menus are similar on a lot of MSC's fleet, it doesn't necessarily need to be Virtuosa. You're planning a trip on for this information to be relevant, although it is Virtuosa I'm talking about specifically. And I've got some sample dinner menus to show you too. Now, the only restaurants you can eat in on Virtuosa without paying a supplement are the four main restaurants which all serve the same menu. If you pay the Euribia level of fare, you have one other restaurant to use, which is called Il Campo, and there you're on what's called My Choice dining times rather than having fixed dining times. And if you pay the Yacht Club fare, you have one other restaurant to use up on deck 18. For the rest of us though, it's the four main restaurants or the buffet. The four main restaurants are called Minuetto, Opera, Symphony and the Blue Danube, and they're down on decks 5 and 6. These restaurants are absolutely huge and they seat passengers at 7 different fixed dining times throughout the evening from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. Your restaurant dining time and table number are printed on your cruise card, which you get when you first board the ship. Each evening brings a different choice on the menu, and there is an Italian flavour to the selection, as you might expect, as MSC is an Italian cruise line. But there's a classic roast each evening for if you fancy a more traditional British dinner, and usually one of the choices is a curry type meal. Each night has a featured selection of a couple of items that you can pay a supplement for, and a simple pasta dish and a couple of other items are in the always available section. At the bottom of the page there are the day's recommended wines, but there's a full wine list if you don't fancy any of these. But there are pretty much no alcoholic drinks on board for less than £8, so if you see anything cheaper here and you're trying to keep your spending down, take it. We loved the food in the main restaurants and tried a lot of different dishes, but if you want to try something else and you're prepared to pay a supplement, there are some nice alternatives on board. Hola Tacos Cantina is in the Galleria Virtuosa on deck 6. It's a fast street food concept with Latin American and Mexican inspired dishes. It's open for lunch and dinner. Dinner is 6 till 10 p.m. and they serve tacos, enchiladas and burritos. There's a salsa bar and a guacamole station, and there's desserts and ice cream and tequila too. You can pay for what you choose or pay a fixed price for all you can eat. It was always busy here, maybe because it's probably the cheapest of the extra cost eateries, so booking your table is very much the thing to do, as it is with all of the speciality restaurants. Also in the Galleria Virtuosa and inside L'Atelier Bar is the Indochine restaurant. The Indochine is only open for dinner 5:30 till 9:30 p.m. and here they serve savoury Vietnamese classics and give them a contemporary French twist. Again, you can pay for the items you select from the menu or pay a fixed price, but it's not all you can eat here, you only get a fixed number of menu items. The food here is absolutely delicious if you like that style, but it's quite a bit dearer than the taco place next door, so be prepared to see off a fair bit of cash. But if you don't mind that, you'll have a great time here. Above the Indochine on deck 7 is Kaito Sushi Bar, which is open for lunch and dinner from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. And running alongside the sushi bar is Kaito Teppanyaki, which has 3 evening sittings at 5:30, 7:30 and 9:30. Here there's an element of theatre to the evening as the food is prepared right in front of you, and again you can pay a fixed price. This place is great fun and you've got to be impressed by the skill of the chefs when you see them in action at such close quarters. It's a very memorable experience and well worth a try if you've got the budget. Next to that on deck 7 is the Butcher's Cut. This is an American style steakhouse featuring superb prime cuts of meat as well as other dishes. They're open for lunch and dinner from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. and it was really popular. They only use 100% Angus beef, but they also serve chicken, fish and shellfish too. If you love a steak, you'll be in carnivore heaven here, but again, it's fairly pricey, especially when you consider that you've already paid for a meal in the main restaurants that you won't be having. I'll show you a Yacht Club menu next. But before I do, could I quickly ask if you would please hit the subscribe button and allow notifications. Subscribing is free and it simply means you get notified when I post another video, and it shows me you've enjoyed this one, so please subscribe. Thank you. If your budget will stretch to you paying the Yacht Club fare, you'll have your own restaurant to dine in up on deck 18. The principle is the same as the main restaurants in that besides the daily choices, there's a classic roast each day and a fish, chicken and curry option that are always available. There's an exclusive feel to the Yacht Club, and besides having your own restaurant to dine in, there's also a Yacht Club lounge, bar and sun deck too that require you to scan your cruise card or wristband to gain access to. We come now to the Marketplace buffet on deck 15. It's absolutely enormous and you'd be very unlucky to ever find it closed. The buffet serves breakfast from 6:30 AM to 11:30. Lunch is midday until 5. Dinner is 6 PM until 9:30. Afternoon snacks are 4 till 5. Late snacks are from 10 PM until 1 in the morning. And the pizzeria is open from midday until 2 AM. All of this is included in your fare, and the drink station here is open 24 hours a day. The buffet is wonderful and serves healthy food like salad and fruit, plus pizza, burgers, fries, hot dogs, pasta, fish, pastries and cakes, everything you could think of in fact. You can pile your plate high if you want to, and nobody cares what combination of foods are sharing your plate. We love cruise ship buffets and this is one of the very best, highly recommended. If you don't have breakfast in the buffet, then you go to the Minuetto restaurant from 7:30 AM unless you're in the Yacht Club. You can have breakfast brought to your cabin if you order the night before, and there's no extra charge for that except for those who've paid the Bella fare, who have to pay £4 delivery fee. So in summary, there are only the main restaurants and the buffet included in your fare, plus one other if you pay the Aurea or Yacht Club fare. After that, the speciality restaurants are excellent but pricey, although you can buy a package before you leave home which gets you a few meals in the speciality restaurants at a slightly more favourable rate. If you've got the budget, give them all a try, but if you don't want to spend any extra, you won't be disappointed with the main restaurants. We absolutely loved them, and of course the buffet is open to satisfy your hunger at almost any time of the day or night. Wherever and whatever you eat on your cruise, I hope you have as great a holiday as we did, and until next time, thanks for watching.